come to tell you people, I've traveled this great land. I've crossed 2 mountain ranges, I've combed the desert sands. From Maine to California, by rail and by thumb. By now y'all should know me, I'm the great historical bum. Well, I'd hope to write a song to sing of the great things we have done, but the more that I look back on things, it was hard to find a one. From genocide to slavery to war and far-off lands, you'd have to be an amputee to get the blood from off your hands. There was a man that come a-sailing, and I guess his name was Chris. To think about him to this day makes me double up my fist. He got a friendly welcome, dragged the people off in chains. We'd be a whole lot better off if he'd have stayed in Spain. On the Ivory coast of Africa, the English and the Dutch doffed their caps and said, my friends, we ain't asking much. Just your mothers and your fathers and your daughters and your sons, smiling with their fingers on the triggers of their guns. In the year of 1764 and 12, the colony said to England, we'll do it all ourselves. All the big, wide, wealthy landlords said, now you'll pay tax to me. Well, they called it revolution, but they set nobody free. It wasn't so long after that they turned their gazes west, and the big, wide, wealthy landlords did what landlords do the best. They went out and grabbed the land up through the natives on their rears. Well, they whipped and pushed and drove them down the long trail of tears. Long come John Brown and Nat Turner, of these folks we could boast, were those who formed the uprising of the German coast. All the thousands of forgotten heroes with no names, who gave their lives up fighting to get black folks out of chains. But the country wouldn't give up on this drug called slavery, and so we had a war between the Union and Confederacy. It was brother against brother and father against son. 620,000 dead before the war was done. With slavery abolished, we still had a ways to go, and we were making strides until along came old Jim Crow. The Reconstruction era was demolished by white fear, separate, not quite equal, for another 100 years. Then came the Knights of Labor and IWW. Said, boss, if we don't catch a break, we'll beat the brakes off you. Brave men and women lined up to get themselves a union card, to face off with police, Pinkertons, the Army, and the Guard. They struck for higher wages and they struck for shorter days. They struck to keep the workplace safe for women and the babes. They struck just to have met their basic human needs, and they were struck for daring to come up from off their knees. The class war was a German side civilization seed. They loved to see us fighting over color, faith, and creed. The less we stand together, the more they stand to gain. Our power lies in the simple fact we're all workers the same. Well, I'd better quit my talking, 'cause the hour's running late. But please, before I go, tell me when America was great. That red cap's got you looking like a patriotic dunce. How's about we try instead to make her great for once? Yeah, how's about we try instead to make her great for once?